Yo, what's up? It's Kendrick Lamar, and I just sat down with the legendary NWA Billboard exclusive.
K-Dot.
What's happening?
What's up with it?
Man, I'm tripping out right now, man. I'm bugging. Looking at y'all right here, bro, it's like, I got too many questions, so bear with me, man. I'm probably asking a whole bunch of stuff, dog.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about nothing.
First thing, just for me personally, y'all been in this game 30 plus, going through so many different eras and so many different stages of success. How do you manage to keep the sanity up there, period?
I can just speak for myself. The way I keep my sanity is because of the love that I have for the music and the passion that I have for this hip hop thing. You know, I can't let anything get in the way of that because it's like, first of all, it's my first love, the music and this thing that we do. And I'm gonna protect that. I'm gonna protect how I'm able to keep creating. So that's one of the main ways that I maintain my sanity.
Right, right.
Early in the game, when I was, you know, still young, still not really sure how far it was gonna take me, I made a vow to myself that I wouldn't let the game change me. That I was just gonna be myself no matter from the clubhouse to corporate. I'm gonna just be myself and let the chips fall where they may, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be happy with who I am. You know, whether I blow up and then fall off or whatever, I just vowed that I was gonna be happy with who I am no matter what's my status in the game.
Exactly.
It's weird because it's almost like an unspoken thing that we all set for ourselves and we all have maintained that thing. We're not gonna let anything change us. We're gonna approach this shit exactly the way we want and we're gonna do our best at it.
Since day one amongst each other.
Yeah.
That's how y'all felt.
Me, the way I keep saying, man, I try to put God first. Try to stay away from the fakes. You know what I'm saying? Don't take everything so serious and just do it like that. Let everything fall like it's gonna fall.
Me, I just stayed the same, you know. I mean, cause me and Dre go back so far, you know, 30 years.
Yeah, we go back long before NWA.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And just, when I talk to him or Cuba, everybody's like the same way it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's like we just saw each other yesterday, you know what I'm saying? It's just like everything falls right into place.
No big heads, none of that ego stuff.
That's a trip. That's a trip. How do y'all balance this lifestyle with your family? You know what I'm saying?
I try to keep it separate. Like my family, like when I do stuff, they really don't be around that much. You know, probably like every once in a while, but that's how it is. Because it's too many, to me, it's too many fakes in the game. And I don't want my family exposed to all them fakes. Cause I done went through it. We all went through it, like coming up, we went through like so many shady characters. You know, I just keep my family away from it if I can.
You know, I try to maintain the balance. You know what I mean? Family time is family time, work is work. Try to separate the two. But you know, as my kids got older and are getting older, they want to be part of the business. So how they want to be a part of it, whether they want to be in front of the camera like O'Shea Jr. is doing with Straight Compton movie, or they want to be behind the scenes like my other son, Daryl, who's, you know, into the producing tip. So, you know, it's really what they want to do, and I'll try to get them the knowledge and then provide them with an avenue, but it all comes down to their talent and their hunger, and that they keep it in perspective too, that family is family and this is business.
You know, it's just like, I have to protect my family and try to keep them away from all the bullshit and, like Ren said, the shady characters. And at the same time, they're really supportive, very supportive of what I do, you know what I'm saying? And they understand how much I love this thing. So they're just there to support anything that I'm doing, any project that I'm working on, and hopefully push me and inspire me to make everything that I'm working on great.
Definitely. What's some of the hardest part in dealing with the business? Certain things that you didn't understand when you was 20 years old, or, you know, straight out of high school and doing your thing.
Yeah, we didn't know shit about the business. We were just some creative guys that got together and did something amazing. But once we started understanding the business, you know, that's when we started realizing how much bullshit comes along with it. And for me personally, the hardest part was probably separating myself from the bullshit. You know what I mean? Having to stand up for myself and separate myself from the bullshit. So I would say, yeah, that would have to be the hardest part for me.
You know, to me, the hardest part is just dealing with the business aspect. You know, that's just the most boring and fucked up part of the game.
Right.
It's fun to make records. It's fun to be in the studio with your homies, coming up with shit. It's fun to get on stage. The business part sucks.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's always a lesson. It's always awkward. You know what I mean? And it's always some shit you ready to get rid of and get back to being creative. So
Yeah, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it because if you don't, the creative part is gonna lack.
So the business is the worst part of the game.
The best part is making the music.
Making the music and making the money.
That's the best part.
Yeah, nothing that I've ever felt in my life other than anything to do with my family feels better than having a hit record out. Every artist out there will agree with that. Having a hit record, it's like, that's the ultimate high if you're an artist.
Yeah, just being in the studio is a
Coming up with stuff.
And hitting that stage, you know, it's like them three things is why I still make music.
Yeah, because I be trying to express these same feelings to, you know, people that's close, you know, to me. And they get it, but I don't know if they'll quite understand how much, like, I have to be in the studio.
Yeah, you can't articulate that to somebody that's not in this thing. We know.
We know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a drug. It's like explaining to somebody this is all I think about.
Yeah. How do you explain a feeling?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's a trip. I want to get y'all take on how y'all feel about my generation today and where we head as far as music.
I like a few. I like you.
I like some of it. I mean, you?
Yeah, I like you.
You number one on my shit. You know what? Your shit is not, and it's not just because our relationship and this shit. Your shit is like top of my playlist all the time, because you got that shit. The way you approach it, your attention to detail, and how precise you are with how you sound, and the way you make your music sound, and the tracks that you pick. It's like, that's an art in itself. You know what I mean? So there's actually a few people out there who I listen to and respect.
Pusha T.
Pusha T, definitely Pusha T.
Yeah, that fool hard.
Drake.
You.
Do y'all feel there's anything that we should continue to build on, or something that we should bring back to the game a little bit more?
Oh, you know, that's always tricky, man. Artists got to do it how they feel it.
How they feel?
Yeah.
You know, they shouldn't do it how they think they should do it. They shouldn't do it how they think the people want them to do it. They should do it how they feel it and go from there. And you'll always be happy and satisfied. You know, hip hop and the artists got so focused on results.
Yeah.
You know, what my record sell? What is this? That ain't got nothing to do with you creating the music.
Yeah, it has nothing to do. You know, when we started this thing, it's not for the money. It's for the music. It's for the love of the music. And if you treat her right, she's gonna treat you right. The minute you come in this thing and you're in it to make money, yeah, your time is limited in this motherfucker, man.
Think about when we started. It was no money. We went in there and made what we want to do. F the police, you know, whatever we wanted to do. What was the model? They like it, great. If they don't, fuck them.
Still, how do y'all feel NWA changed the history of music?
Oh, okay, let me get into that. NWA not only changed music, but we changed pop culture all over the world, because we made it all right for artists to be themselves. You know, you didn't have to be squeaky clean to be just as big or bigger than the squeaky clean artists. You know, it was artists out there who wasn't being themselves. You know, on record, they was all these nice guys behind the scenes. You know what I mean? They was thugged out. So we was like, yo, we're gonna be ourselves no matter what. On record, off record, we're gonna be ourselves and let the chips fall where they may. And I think it opened the floodgates for artists who wanted to walk on this side and to be a little raw, you know, and not be so squeaky clean.
Worry about being on the radio. And all
Yeah,
that
you know,
shit,
all
you
these worries that artists used to hold on to them because there was no other avenues, there was no other examples of a person not doing it the square way and being successful. And here we come as the example, not only for musicians, but for all artists. You know, it wouldn't be, you know, shows like South Park and all these shows where, even the reality shows where they bleeping and all that, we started that on the radio, bleeping words out. But until NWA said it was okay for you to be yourself. And there you have it. It's the world before NWA, and it's the world after NWA.
Boom.
That's crazy. How you feel from the music, how did it change how people view urban, our culture, where we from, and you know, the city and our environment? Because these people didn't actually necessarily know what was going on in the community. Why do you feel they gravitated toward that and wanted to know and, you know, being intrigued by it?
I think it was a world that unless you're from, you're not privy to. Unless you're from there, you don't know what's going on there. And here's our records was a safe distance where you could visit Compton from a safe distance. But you can get up close. So now you care. You care about what's going on now because you heard about what's going on. You interested. Now when you hear Compton, you don't be like, what is that? You be like, oh, it's going down there, let me pay attention. So, you know, paying attention, then we able to shed light on some of the bullshit that's going down too. You know, it just, to me, that's what made people open up to what we was doing, what we was saying. We presented it in a way that they could digest it, they can comprehend it, and they could sympathize with what we was going through. And it's great music.
Did y'all have any doubt that they wouldn't accept it?
I don't think we really cared, man.
I never. We didn't even think about that because you know, we had no idea that it was going to blow up this major, you know. Because every time we went in the studio, we was basically just trying to make records that was gonna rock our neighborhood or just rock LA. We wanted to become LA stars. We wasn't even thinking any further than Los Angeles, to tell you the truth. Maybe Oakland, you know what I'm saying? But that was the limit of our thinking when we went in the studio and made these records. And this is what went into the record. Just imagine this. We made this record straight out of Compton. Here we are sitting down talking about it fucking 25 years later. Plus, there's a big ass movie coming out and we only spent 6 weeks on this record. It took us 6 weeks to record this record. And that's without recording on the weekends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how much energy we put into it. Like I said, we were just trying to make some records for our neighborhood and to be stars in Los Angeles. And it just went crazy.
So when y'all knew it was something bigger than just local in the city, when that hit?
So when I started hearing that, they want us to do shows in Chicago, they want us to do shows in Tennessee, and it's like, damn, we ain't locals no more.
Easy.